Right, I'm going to start off by saying regarding that certain scandal we're not allowed to talk about on YouTube that's trending heavily on X at the moment. It happened because it was allowed to happen. Local authorities, councillors, social services, the police, they turned a blind eye to what happened to those poor, defenceless, vulnerable victims because they didn't want any racial tension in their communities, and that's it. And now that it's trending heavily on X and important people are shedding light on it, you have people jumping on the bandwagon who should have done something about it while they were in government. That's right, Tory MPs, people like Kemi Badenoch, who has said it's about time there was an inquiry into what happened. Well, she had 14 years in government to do something about it and have an inquiry, but she didn't. Why not? It's too little, too late, lives have been ruined. The vile individuals who committed these horrific acts, they've done their time in prison and they're walking British streets yet again, and their victims have to see them almost on a daily basis. And for left-wing, so-called feminists to be slapping down people who are calling all this out on social media, well, it's rather obvious whose side they're on. And as for Labour Minister Jess Phillips, who is the Under-Secretary for the Safeguarding of Women and Children, she came within 600 votes of losing her seat because the very community that harboured the males who committed these acts turned against her, and that's why she's sucking up to them and refusing a government inquiry. So there we go. This government owes them, ladies and gentlemen. Labour MPs owe these people their jobs, and they will do absolutely anything for this community to keep their seats. And that is why there will never be any accountability or justice or straight answers regarding this horrifying scandal. Now, you guys know what I'm talking about here. Obviously, I've had to be cryptic and not mention anything blatantly and outright because this platform doesn't like it, does it? So anyway, yes, this is a video about Labour falling apart. I told you yesterday the Labour Party is collapsing, and people in the comments were saying, oh no, another video about Labour being destroyed. It isn't. It is. It really is. The party is in turmoil. They are rock bottom in the polls. There's scandal after corruption, after God knows what. They're up to their necks in. And it's the grassroots Labour workers who will bring this party down. You've had 2 Labour MPs resign already. You had a Labour councillor, I think it was in the North East, who issued a statement directly blaming Keir Starmer for their local election loss. And now, in a spectacular twist, Labour have lost control of Nottinghamshire Council as 20 councillors quit in a shock move. But they haven't got the bollocks to walk over and defect to either the Tories or Reform. Instead, they will be campaigning as independents. Yeah, these people are dyed-in-the-wool lefties, so yeah, there we go. And this happens just months until the local elections. And Labour have held Broxtowe Borough Council, I believe it's called, for over 20 years. And this follows apparently months of public disagreement between the Nottingham Labour group of councillors and the national leadership under Keir Starmer. I think these grassroots party members, they are horrified at what's transpired, what Keir Starmer and the party have done ever since becoming government. They feel they've been duped by Keir Starmer. They feel he has lied to them. And they feel that he's turned against the working class, especially some of our most vulnerable in society, our pensioners, by taking away the winter fuel allowance. I'm telling you now, folks, these are cracks appearing in the Labour Party. There are already cracks at the top with a potential leadership contest. There are rumours that the party don't want Keir Starmer to lead them in the next election. And now you've got the Labour grassroots essentially quitting their jobs and blaming Keir Starmer for their losses. I mean, that party's got to be in turmoil, hasn't it? It's like they're sat in a room, that room is on fire, and they're telling each other everything's okay. It really wouldn't surprise me when Keir Starmer comes back from his holiday in Madeira or wherever he is, that Labour rebels are already plotting a leadership challenge. And I reckon whoever it is, they're going to win. Both the Reform Party and the Tories, who are jumping on the bandwagon, led by Kemi Badenoch, are now ruthlessly engaging and challenging Labour for what Jess Phillips has done. And even Elon Musk has called for Jess Phillips to be imprisoned. And on top of that, you have foreign politicians from New Zealand and the United States calling for Tommy Robinson to be released as he's a political prisoner. I am pretty sure the rest of the world sees this country as some diabolical socialist hellhole, where these gangs have been allowed to do what they did with impunity, and people have been locked up for social media posts. I never ever in my whole life thought that this country would turn out like this. I really didn't. Did you? So there we go, another video explaining to you why the Labour Party is collapsing, and I've told you my reasons why, and there's more and more examples and reasons every day that point out the obvious, that it's really happening. And the more people who see it and the more people who talk about it, the better. Labour are falling apart at the seams, and we need to point this out, folks. We really do. That's what I believe anyway. And there we go. I'm Paz49. Thanks for watching. And until the next time, Roger Trout.